why I do not like this book. I think this is very tricky because I personally love this book. But one thing that I would call out is that this book may make you a bit of a goody two shoes, may make you a bit of a person who almost pretends to be a nice person in front of others to get things done from them. And while this is absolutely not the goal of this book, I think Dale Carnegie, the author, also recognized this when he was writing the book, because you can find references to this in various sections of the book. For example, when he talks about this principle of giving genuine appreciation to people, he specifically calls out to not lead this to flattery. He calls out that flattery and genuine appreciation are almost two distinct ends of the spectrum, and he wants you to lie here. He wants you to be at the genuine appreciation end of that spectrum. And therefore, I think this is something that I would want to call out too. If you end up picking up this book, which I think you should, make sure that this does not make you into a pretentious goody two shoes. And another point that I would say in favor of disliking this book is that books such as this can very easily be interpreted as if the author is telling you to not confront someone, to not correct someone in case he or she is wrong. As if the author is telling you that it's almost fruitless to try and change another person, and therefore you should not try at all. I think I do not interpret this book in this manner. I think the way I interpret this book is that it gives you the tactics to actually how you can go about having that conversation, how you can go about actually trying to get the other person towards a result that you genuinely feel is better for them. And I think that is a pretty decent way of interpreting this book. Live and let live is a philosophy that almost all of us are practicing anyway. I mean, if I find a stranger smoking on a road somewhere, it's not as if I'm going to stop and ask that person to stop smoking. So in that manner, I am practicing live and let live. But what if that person is my own son? What if she is my own niece? What if that is my own parent? Do you really think I should be practicing live and let live even in that scenario? Of course, I'll have to, but I'll at least try. And that is where books such as this should help you. Not in convincing you that you should not go ahead and confront or correct that person, but rather how you should go about confronting and correcting that person. So, read this book, pick out all the different principles that you can from it, but also use your discretion. Modesty is not always the highest form of morality.